Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Murdo Todd. I'm delighted to be joined by Julius Anglickas ahead of his October 16th bout against Vadim Nemkov for the Bellator Light Heavyweight World Championship. How are you feeling, my friend?
Feeling good. I've been training hard and now just ready to tone it down and just go and fight and get it over with.
Any nerves at all? You seem very chilled out.
Uh, I'm trying to keep it cool. But like that definitely it's been a lot. Interviews, media, physicals, and just training on top of everything. So whenever I get a chance, I just try to cool off from things.
Okay, fantastic. So obviously this is a championship bout. Aside from those two extra rounds, how's your training camp been changed?
Uh, it didn't change too much. Maybe just different plan. Like he's gonna do more kicking, so we try to address that a little bit more. While my original opponent Carl, I would assume like he would have wrestled maybe a little bit more. So we still worked on wrestling and everything, but we're just gonna try to acknowledge the kicks a little bit more and the way he does strike.
Okay. So I know a lot of fighters around the world, they've been having issues with training due to COVID, whether it be getting training partners in or accessing gyms. How has COVID impacted you?
Uh, Nothing. We find here. I mean, little mandates here and there, but in my gym, we're just nothing has stopped for us. We've just been doing what we've been doing.
So obviously you're replacing Anthony Johnson. When you heard the news, did you expect to get the call?
I mean, the idea was there. Um, I mean, people always drop out or something happens, and when they said that Rumble is out, I'm like, oh, like okay, and like I guess like it was something very serious. So I hope he's okay. And it's like you always want that. You always want to jump in and be the replacement. You never want to wish the harm for the person. So I do hope he's well and whatever he's dealing with. Um, and I definitely have a big opportunity. So I'm gonna try to take full advantage of it. So yeah, I'll just make the best of it.
So you're not just in contention for the world title, you're now being slotted into the semi-finals of the Grand Prix. How does it feel just 3 fights into your Bellator career? You're not only so close to getting a world championship, but $1 million check.
I try not to think too much about the $1 million check because I need to get through Nemco first. Like I need to just take one fight at a time, and that's how I always thought to do things. Because I mean, yeah, $1 million sounds great and stuff, but it's like if I think about that and lose, then it's like the whole idea disappears. So I try not to think about it. First, first things comes first. Whatever happens next weekend happens, um, and just one fight at a time. I definitely hate thinking too far ahead.
Absolutely. You'll be coming in as the underdog. I think Nemkov is ranked number 4 pound for pound. But we've seen some big Bellator upsets recently. Does it make it easier going in without that added pressure?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because right now everyone's like he's famous. He did a lot of amazing fights, so it's everyone's like expecting me to lose or at least just like lose a fight. But that is taking all the pressure off because now I know all I need to do is just go in and fight. And yeah, it's already a win-win for me. I get great opportunity and try to make the best of it. But yeah, the pressure is definitely off, but different pressure is on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like extra media, like you're a main event, you're gonna have to do all the waiting. More eyes are on you. It's not like you are just some fight in the middle of the card where it's just you kind of get lost in between the rest of the fights. No, now the whole fight, the whole night is building up to watch you. So it's different type of stress, but it's all right. Like I always had stress, has always had to deal with things. So it's definitely a bit of a step up, but it'll be all right. I'm not too worried about it. I'll just deal with it however I deal with it when I get to it, and when it's time to fight, I'll just fight.
Absolutely. What do you feel? What do you make of Nemkov as an opponent?
He's really tough guy. Stand up is great, and he definitely likes to use those feints to make people bite on them, and then he like chops down on your leg. That's what I feel like is one of the main things are. So we're just gonna try to take that away or punish him as much as we can if he does that. So I definitely don't look down on him. People always say like, "Oh, Julius, you got to have more confidence." Like it's like I have to like talk down on the guy. No, he's a good opponent. He's a very very tough opponent, and I said it every single time. Like if I don't say that, then in my mind I already registered that. Oh, it's gonna be easy. Oh, like I already won. No, that's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Like I need to acknowledge that he's a dangerous guy, and that's gonna keep me on my toes, and that's what's gonna keep me sharp. So I don't think I'll ever talk down on my opponent or pretend that I already won the fight. No, that's dumb.
I'm liking the respect. What do you think your route to victory is, and can you give me a prediction?
Uh for some reason for some reason I see a stoppage. I don't know why. I never I never like say that because now it's like a little hint of me sounding cocky or something. But for some reason, I feel there's gonna be finish, um, and like few people, like everybody says it, like Julius, like you are destined to win this. Like I have a lot of like big support from everybody, so and everyone's like saying how like, oh, you're gonna win this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and it almost makes me feel like it's gonna come true because I hear it all around me all the time. So prediction, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know, but for some reason it's itching me to like say that it's gonna be a finish.
So if you win the title and you get your phone back, who's the first person you're calling?
If I get a title,
If you win the title and you get your phone back, who are you going to call first?
oh, I thought you meant like who am I gonna call out first? I'm like, I don't think that's up to me. Um, um, Probably my mom because she never watches my fights. She's always worried. Um, she always um, asks my stepdad, like, did Julius win? Yes, he won. Is it safe to watch? Yes, it's safe to watch. And then she watches the fight. Maybe they'll surprise me and they'll gonna come there, but I don't know. But yeah, like I'll definitely call them first and be like, I'm safe, I'm good. This happened or this happened, but I'm good. I'll be home soon.
Fantastic. So before your Bellator run, you had a fight in the Dana White Contender Series. You won it, but you didn't get the contract. What's changed since then?
Nothing. Um, just been doing what I've been doing. Sometimes I just get lost in my mental state of just performing weird. And I think I got carried away by the guys striking. So it was bizarre. It's like I decided not to strike him because I thought, oh, he's like a karate guy, so I shouldn't strike him when my striking was so much better than his. But somehow I decided to wrestle, and he was a college wrestler. So it was like, I don't know. It was just, I made some dumb decisions. My mind was not in the right place. I feel like I could have finished that fight in the first round, but yeah, I just wasn't thinking clear. And sometimes that happens. So that's kind of out of my control sometimes. So nothing has changed. We just maybe tweak little things here and there, learn from it. And we always tweak things. It's not like you change everything per se. You just small little considerations, what worked, what didn't work, instead of just trying to make changes of everything completely. So it was just my fault of how I performed. No one else's. So I didn't get signed, whatever. I'm actually glad I did not get signed, because now I'm just in a much better position. I mean, they called me halfway through my first Bellator fight. So they want me. People always ask me, Julius, when are you going to go to Bellator? I mean, to UFC. I'm like, why is everybody asking me that? Like, Bellator is a real deal. Like, stop like asking about UFC just because that's like the only thing you see on TV. Like, I'm not planning to leave Bellator for a while. So like, this is my home now.
You know, so you didn't get the contract, and now you're fighting for a world title. So it's not all too bad.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you about the light heavyweight division of Bellator. It's as good as it's ever been, with additions like Yoel Romero. Who do you feel's got the best light heavyweight division right now, the Bellator or the UFC?
Well, UFC has more people, for sure. But I confidently say it would be, right now, it would be definitely more than half of those guys. Absolutely. And it's hard to tell. For me, it's always hard to tell when you look through the screen. It's like you look at the fight on TV and you're like, whoa, that's like a superhuman. But then you go work out with them, it's like, what? No, like he's not superhuman at all. So I think the production has a lot of people confused of who's good versus who's not. We definitely have good, really, really, really good division.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as deep as UFC, but it doesn't mean that like Ryan Bader, Phil Davis, Yoel, like they could beat anyone in UFC.
100%.
So to say that like we don't have good people, or no, we just don't have a roster too much. Like they do more shows, and it's much easier to get signed for UFC than ever. Everyone's getting signed. I turn on my phone, everyone's getting signed. I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing. It's kind of becoming a little bit watered down. So you guys getting all these random people and just to fill in the spots. But I mean, it's good for business. But now you guys like, I'm sure you guys have a big stag division, but there's a lot of people who probably should not even be there.
Yeah. So a big light heavyweight fight in the UFC, Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira. Can I get your prediction on that?
That's a coin toss. That's a coin toss. Oh man. I want the Glover to win. I feel, has he ever had a title?
No.
Yeah, he never had a title, and he's a good guy. He doesn't have it too much in him. I want to see him do good. I want him to win the title, and like, I don't know how much he's gonna fight after that, but I think he deserved it. I want him. I want to see him do good. I want him to win. Like, of course, I'm rooting for the Polish guy, but I mean, he already had a title, and like I think he defended it against Stylebender. But yeah, I want Glover to win for sure.
Okay, I like that answer. So the opposite bracket to you is Ryan Bader, Corey Anderson. How do you see that playing out?
No idea. It's weird. It's hard to get predictions from me because I just don't see it how most people see it. I don't know. It's hard for me to like dissect stuff. So, I mean, the way I see at Bader, he's like more brute strength power guy, while Corey, he'll just put pressure on you. And they both great wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like this, the 1 second I say like, oh, I want Corey to win, the more I think about it, then I jump back to Bader. And then the more I think about that, then I want to jump back to Corey. So last week I said Bader. This week I'm going to say Corey.
Is there one that you prefer to win? Maybe one that you feel you match up best with?
I don't want to fight either one. They both tough. So for me, it's whoever wins, that's who I got. I'm fine with either. I'm in the pool right now with big fish that I'm gonna have to fight everybody. So there's no more easy fights. They're all tough. So it doesn't matter who wins. May the best win, man.
Yeah. So last one for me. If you win the Grand Prix, do you feel that you're the best 205er in the world, regardless of promotion?
That the idea of like who's the best, this and that, I'm the best that night. Like if I win the tournament, it's like, all right, I'm the best that night, because that's the night when my mind was sharpest. That's the night when I performed the best. Maybe my opponent was feeling sick or something, like who knows. So for me, the idea like, oh, you're the best in the world, it's like I don't like it. No, like I'm the best. I happen to have all the stars and everything aligned for me that night, because anybody can beat anybody. It's just whose moment is it. So I wouldn't be walking around saying like, well, I'm the best in the world. No, because any given day, anybody can beat me. So I don't like that statement. So I would just say like, I'm the best that night. That's it. Like stars aligned perfectly for me. And yeah, but
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. Wishing you the
absolutely.
best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.